That was Lighthouse by Mattiel, I think is how you pronounce their band name, but honestly, I'm not totally sure. I'm just going based off of the thingamajig. What's the thingamajig called? Off the way it looks. That's what I'm talking about. By the way, this is WOBC FM 91.5, Oberlin College and Community Radio. My name is Ellen Efstathiou, and this is Analyze. Yay, now we know what is happening here on this radio show. Yes, as I said, that was... What is this? That was Lighthouse. I almost said that was Analyze, but this is Analyze. I am analyzing currently in my brain, even if I'm not analyzing out loud. Aren't we all analyzing in our brain all the time, even if we are not analyzing out loud? That's how brains are, I'm pretty sure. I think, maybe. I don't really know. Do you know? I don't know. Anyways, that was Lighthouse by Mattiel. I think that is how that is pronounced. You know, lighthouse could be pronounced lifehouse if you're just looking at it, because the T and the H are right next to each other, and T and H right next to each other make the th sound, if you were curious. So, yes, we have the lighthouse that will turn you around. Lighthouse, great song for making edits of Our Flag Means Death to. Yes. Now, let us talk about a lyric. One of the lyrics, a lyric that is repeated relatively frequently, is, "Oh, come on now, get close." Now, here's the thing. If it is a lighthouse, you do not want to get close to the lighthouse, because the lighthouse is where there are rocks, and generally, boats and rocks do not get along. I have learned this in my life, that boats and rocks do not get along, not through much difficulty. I have learned that boats and sand do not get along through practical learning, in that you get stuck in the sand if you go too shallow in a boat. That is indeed what happens. However, I have not learned about rocks and boats not getting along through practicality. That is something that I have been told by other people, is that rocks and boats do not get along. However, this lighthouse in this song is telling the people, presumably on a boat, because that tends to be the people that go to a lighthouse, is telling these people in this boat to get close, even though they would be getting close to the lighthouse, and close to the lighthouse has rocks, which do not get along with boats. So I'm starting to doubt if this lighthouse is actually a lighthouse. Because if it was actually a lighthouse, it would not want the people to get close. Even if it was to tell them what they really want, you still would not want to get close, because there are rocks near lighthouses. And maybe other things. What else could be near a lighthouse? I mean, the shore is near a lighthouse. The lighthouse is on a shore. It is on the land, because otherwise it would be very difficult for people to get to the lighthouse, because most people are on land. They are not on the water. Another lyric that we are going to look at is, "I am the lighthouse, I don't make a sound." This is not true. I'm really starting to doubt whether Mattiel knows very much about lighthouses, because lighthouses, in fact, do make a sound. They go honk. I mean, they don't say honk, it's more like honk, because of fog. Because that's also when lighthouses tend to be the most useful, is in the fog, because, the big light that's going around in a circle. But also, very importantly, is the honk that also warns people, because if there's too much fog, you're still not going to see the light, even if the light is spinning around and is very bright. You're still not going to see it, because there's no sound, because in the fog can be very dense. Have you ever experienced this, the very dense fog? I have, yes. In fact, there's fog constantly. Not constant. I mean, I'm sure in some places there is fog constantly. But in the summer, when it rains and it's like cold rain, but then it's hot because it's the summer and summer is supposed to be hot. And then it makes all the fog, and there's so much fog, and a light really wouldn't help you in the fog. You really need a honk. You need to be honked at to know that there is land approaching. Well, it's more so that you're approaching land. Land can't approach. Land just kind of stays there, and then boats approach the land. That is how it goes. There we go. Anyways, that has been the analysis of the song Lighthouse by Mattiel. And next is something very fun. Next, you are going to listen to 2 songs in a row, not just one song. And then we are going to do an analysis of comparison. And that is going to be very exciting, I think, because we have not done an analysis of comparison yet on this show. We've only done analyses, not of comparison, analyses of just one song. But now we will be comparing 2 songs, and that will be fun. So prepare yourself for that. Okay, that was... Ooh, am I talking loud enough? I am talking loud enough. That was Blazing on a Sunday Afternoon by Queen, and then the second song was Friday I'm in Love by The Cure. You also heard a couple seconds of another song that you're going to listen to later, because I didn't realize that my Spotify was on shuffle until it started playing the other song, and I was like, that doesn't sound like Friday I'm in Love, that sounds like a different song. And it was a different song, that's why it sounded like a different song. But yes, and now for the comparison analysis. This is almost a page in my notes. This is going to be a long analysis, so prepare yourself. All right, now, if you could not tell from listening to the songs, they are both about the days of the week. They both list days of the week. So we are going to go day by day and see what the essence of each day in both of these songs is. Now to start off, the focus of the week for both of these songs is a different day. The first one, Blazing on a Sunday Afternoon, is about Sunday. That's the point of that song, is Sunday. However, the second song, Friday I'm in Love, Friday is the point of that song. So there is a difference in emphasis in these songs. Okay, so we will begin at the beginning of the week, which is Monday. Sunday is not the beginning of the week. I do not like that calendars do that. I do not like that calendars start on Sunday. That does not make any sense. Sunday is part of the weekend. End being the important word there. It is the weekend, not the week beginning. All right, so Monday, in Blazing on a Sunday Afternoon, he just does one thing every day. And that is the kind of lifestyle that I can get behind. Just one point of the day, one thing every day. That is what I can do. Friday I'm in Love has like 3 or 4 things for each day. That's too many things. I think that we need just one thing every day, which is what Blazing on a Sunday Afternoon does, which I appreciate. However, we will still be looking at Friday I'm in Love, and there are like 3 or 4 things for every day. All right, so Monday, in Blazing on a Sunday Afternoon, he goes out to work. Now, I did not realize until I looked up the lyrics to this song that he was saying go out to work. I thought he was saying go out to walk, which also, that's fair. Walking on a Monday, great. Working on a Monday, still fine, I suppose. All right, so on Monday, we go out to work. Now, in Friday I'm in Love, he does not care if Monday is blue. He doesn't care if Monday is black. Also on Monday, you can fall apart, and you can hold your head. These are all things that you can do on a Monday. Now, I like that these are just suggestions. You know, you can fall apart or you can hold your head, but you don't have to do those things if you don't want to. Yes, and also, these things really do fall in line with going out to work. Because, I mean, if you go out to work and you fall apart, that is fair. And perhaps, depending on your job, you even hold your head when you go out to work. Now, the not caring if it's blue or if it's black, that has a little less to do with the other things that are happening in these songs on Monday. Because, I mean, you could argue that, and in fact I will argue, that this has to do... Sorry for clearing my throat. I did drink water, literally right before this. However, as I've said many times before, it is 8:30. Well, I haven't said that it's 8:30 many times before, but it is early in the morning for me. And so I am still getting used to talking today. That's a thing I have to get used to every day. All right, anyways, the sky can be blue, the sky can be black, but The Cure, who Friday is I'm in Love is by, does not care if the sky is blue or black, just cares about if you can fall apart and if you can hold your hand. Hold your head, not your hand. Maybe you can also hold your hand too. That's nice. Speaking of it being 8:30, by the way, this is WOBC FM 91.5, Oberlin College and Community Radio. My name is Ellen Efstathiou, and this is Analyze. And right now we are analyzing Lazing on a Sunday Afternoon and Friday I'm in Love. And, you know, at the beginning of that sentence, I said speaking of 8:30, but now it is in fact 8:31. Time is passing, just like in these songs, which is why we are now going to move on to Tuesday. Yay, Tuesday! All right, so what do we have on Tuesday? On Tuesday, in Lazing on a Sunday Afternoon, this is when he goes off to honeymoon. So Monday he's working, Tuesday he's going off to honeymoon. In Friday I'm in Love, we don't care if it's gray, we don't care if the sky is gray, which, I mean, that's a good sentiment to have, especially depending on where you are, because if it's raining, you know, the sky's probably going to be gray. The sky was gray yesterday. It wasn't raining yesterday, though, but it was snowing, I think. Yeah, it was snowing. I think I walked through snow. Did I walk through snow? I'm pretty sure I walked through snow yesterday. I mean, certainly, at the very least, there is snow on the ground. Even if there is not snow in the air, there is snow on the ground right now, here in Ohio, which is the only place that you can listen to this radio show because the internet is not working. Anyways, what else does Friday I'm in Love say? Tuesday rather, you can break my heart, you can have a heart attack, and you can stay in bed. Let us see. I mean, the connection between these songs, therefore, is that they all have to do with your heart. Because honeymoon, you know, you think you go off to honeymoon when you're in love with somebody. And love has to do with your heart. That is the colloquial thing we've all decided, that love has to do with your heart. It could have to do with your toes, but it doesn't. It is instead to do with your heart. And then, you know, in the second song, in Friday I'm in Love, we're talking about breaking my heart and a heart attack and staying in bed, which is what you would have to do if you had a heart attack. You would have to stay in bed. Yes, that is good advice. I am not a doctor, but I do think that that is good advice. Now, on Wednesday, we have bicycling in the evening. Only in the evening, not the rest of the day. This bicycling is only in the evening. We don't know what's happening the rest of the day on Wednesday, but at the very least, in the evening, bicycling is happening. Once again, don't care if it's gray, don't care if the sky is gray, still a good sentiment to have. I mean, really, you should not let the color of the sky be affecting your mood that much, because otherwise you're going to be all over the place with your mood because of the sky. So ignoring if it's gray or if it's blue or if it's black is probably a good sentiment. And again, Tuesday and Wednesday and Friday I'm in love are very similar days, because once again, we have, don't care if you break my heart, don't care, or a heart attack, and stay in bed. So, yes. So you can honeymoon, and you can do all these other things, and you can go bicycling only in the evening, and you can still do all these things, like breaking my heart, and having a heart attack, and staying in bed. So, Tuesday and Wednesday, very similar days in Friday I'm in love. Not the same in Lazing on a Sunday Afternoon, but I think The Cure, I guess, thinks of these as Tuesday and Wednesday as very similar days, unlike Queen. What do I think? I think that they are not similar days, but that is just because I have different classes on those days, so obviously I am not going to think that they are the same type of day. All right, we will move on now to Thursday. Thursday, we go waltzing to the zoo in Lazing on a Sunday Afternoon. Waltzing to the zoo. However, in Friday I'm in love, we say, I don't care about you. Thursday doesn't even start. Never looking back, and watch the walls instead. So I think this is where we have the most cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance. There we go. That was a word. That was actually several words. I've been saying several words. The most cognitive dissonance between the two songs, because waltzing to the zoo sounds very fun. You get to look at animals, you get to waltz. Who doesn't want to go dancing near a bunch of animals? That sounds like so much fun. But in Friday I'm in love, it doesn't even start, and we're watching the walls instead. Which, I mean, watching the walls at a zoo could be a thing that you do, depending on if the animals, how they're feeling. If they're tired, or if there's bad weather, they might be hiding. So then you would just be watching walls instead of watching other things. Animals. Those are the other things that you would be watching at a zoo. I mean, I suppose you could also people watch. Although I suppose people watching is just a form of watching animals, because people are animals in a way. Okay, here we go. Moving on to Friday. Now it is time for Friday. In Lazing on a Sunday Afternoon, Friday is for going painting in the Louvre. I have never been to the Louvre. Is it in France? I'm pretty sure it's in France. I'm pretty sure the Louvre is in France. It looks like it's in France because of the spelling of Louvre. Louvre. Why is there a silent R in there? I do not... Again, I would like to apologize for clearing my throat so much. But also, this is a very long analysis. I've been analyzing for a while at this point, for this song specifically. So, cut me some slack. All right, go painting in the Louvre, yes. So this is in France, I think, because of the spelling of Louvre. If I went to the Louvre and I said the Louvre, would people be mad at me, do you think? I think that perhaps people would be mad at me if I went to the Louvre and I was like, the Louvre. Anyways, in Friday I'm in love, well, they're in love, on Friday. That's the whole point of the song. But also on Friday, he never hesitates. So, certainly these things can be connected. If you're painting in the Louvre, and you're in Louvre and love are spelled very similarly. Even though it is spelled Frenchly, it is still very similar. love and Louvre are certainly spelled in similar ways. All right, we will move on now to Saturday. What is Saturday? Saturday, we are bound to be proposing. Well, not we, but, the people singing. Queen. Freddie Mercury is who is singing in Queen in Lazing on a Sunday Afternoon. I think he's the only one singing in that one. Who knows? Perhaps there are backing vocals that I did not pay attention to. But bound to be proposing on a Saturday. And in Friday I'm in Love, on Saturdays we wait. These are similar because if you're proposing, you probably have to wait. You have to wait to know if you even want to propose to the person. You have to wait to, literally on the day that you're proposing, you have to wait for the moment that you are going to propose. I assume that would be nerve-wracking. I don't know, though. I've never proposed to anybody. So, yes, these are, in fact, waiting and bound to be proposing are similar things. And then Sunday, we have lazing in the afternoon. That's the whole point of that song, is that you're lazing on a Sunday afternoon. So, yes, Sunday, we have lazing. And then in Friday, I'm in Love, we say that Sunday always comes too late. And that is very true, because Sunday always feels like it takes a while to get to. You know what I mean? And if you want to be lazing on the Sunday afternoon, then you have to wait a long time to actually do that. And so it will feel like it is coming too late, because you've just done the whole week. We started on Monday. Monday is the beginning of the week, and you've had to wait all this time, and now it is finally Sunday afternoon. Well, don't get confused. Today is Wednesday. Yes, in the real world, it is Wednesday, but in the worlds of the songs, Sunday is when you are lazing in the afternoon, and it always comes too late. All right, that was a long analysis, and now it is time for another song. Here we go. That was Yeah, Yeah, Yeah by Cayucas, which is a band I really like. And also, it's pretty obvious that the name of the song is Yeah, 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 because they say Yeah, Yeah, Yeah several times throughout the song. By the way, this is WOBC FM 91.5, Oberlin College and Community Radio. My name is Ellen F. Stotheu, and this is Analyze. And now, it is time for a PSA. Yay, PSAs! In fact, it might even be time for 2 PSAs, but I will decide after reading the first PSA. Actually, I think it is going to be time for 2 PSAs. We're going to do both of them at the same time today. Isn't that exciting? All right. So we have the Clean Energy Future PSA. Imagine an era of renewed prosperity underwritten by a job-creating economic stimulus powered by abundant clean energy sources. America's clean energy sector already employs more people than the oil and gas fields, so imagine the jobs that would be created if we got serious. This is our future, America. This is the plan. Visit citizensclimatelobby.org. Working together, we can build a better, more prosperous future. All right, that was citizensclimatelobby.org. So that was the first one. And now, let's see. What should we do for the second PSA? Let's do the Oberlin Heritage Center. All right, this is the PSA for the Oberlin Heritage Center. Am I talking loudly enough into the microphone? I'm really not sure. Oberlin is a small town with big stories. The Oberlin Heritage Center provides a variety of themed history walks and historic building tours that feature stories of abolition and the Underground Railroad, firsts in education and equality, unique architecture and landmarks, and ordinary people doing extraordinary things. Call 440-774-1700 or visit oberlinheritage.org. Yes, so those are things that you can do. You can do climate stuff, and you can do Oberlin Heritage stuff if you would like to. No pressure. All right, back to the analysis. So, as I said, you were listening to Analyze. You are not, well, currently you are listening to Analyze. That is the radio show, but you were listening to the song Yeah, Yeah, Yeah by Kayukis. Do you remember listening to it? Hopefully. I really like Kayukis. This is not one of my favorite songs of theirs, but it is a good one, and we are now going to analyze it. Now, one of the first lines that we are going to analyze, I almost said memorize. I am not remembering words today. We are going to analyze a lyric. All right, here is the lyric. The lyric is, I stopped and stuttered, turned around and muttered, damn, I guess I'm a dork. First of all, that is a mood. That very much is a mood. Yeah. The being underneath the bleachers in the army green colored cargo shorts is less of a mood. But the second part certainly is a mood. Am I a dork? What is the definition of a dork? Because you know how nerd and geek are very similar words, but they are in fact very different words? Where does dork fit into the nerd and geek and other such words of that caliber category? I don't know. Perhaps it is just whatever the person who is saying the word decides that it means. It is, the meaning is gifted by the person saying it. Yes, that is what I think it is. Now, yeah, the title of the song is Yeah, Yeah, Yeah. And they say the title of the song, Yeah, 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 several times. Very, very many times. It is the title of the song, and it is also the lyrics that are said the most. Which, that does tend to be the case for songs, is that the title is the words that they sing the most. But this song really, I mean, it's a lot of things. They say, yeah, 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 many, many, many times. So, since it repeats so much, it begs the question, did they run out of ideas when they were writing the song? You know, I don't know. That is a good guess, though, I think, because they really do say, yeah, 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 a lot of times. A lot of times. Now I'm repeating the words because I cannot think of anything else to say. So I am saying words. And are other things saying words? Perhaps. Who knows? Anyways, that was a very short analysis after the previous analysis of 2 songs. But I think that's because it was 2 songs, and we had to get through the entire days of the week. And there are a lot of days in the week. It might seem like 7 is a small number, but really it is not. 7 days is a lot of days. It's so many days. And now you are going to listen to another song. This is the song that you accidentally heard between Lazing on a Sunday Afternoon and Friday I'm in Love. You only heard it for a couple of seconds, and now you are going to learn what the rest of the song is. So, prepare yourself for that. All right, here we go. All right, there we go. That was Head Like a Hole by 9 Inch Nails. Little bit of loud music to end off, to be the last song of the show, and to maybe wake you up. Am I awake? Barely. I have been awake since 7:30 now, but, you know, that's still, like, it takes a while to wake up, you know? Like, you wake up, and then you, like, have to, like, wake up. That's why getting up and waking up are different things. They're different phrases, and they're different words. There you have it. All right. And I barely have any thoughts, much like how in this song, you know, they're saying head like a hole. I mean, yes, that makes sense because, well, not that it makes sense. It's I understand what they're saying because I do not have any thoughts constantly. I realize that I am you know, I have now contradicted myself. At the very beginning, I was saying that we are always analyzing constantly, even if we are in our heads, even if we're not saying it out loud. And now I am saying that I have no thoughts. And I think that both of these things can be true at the same time. Also, one of the computers in here just turned on randomly, and it's a little creepy. Perhaps there is a ghost in here. I don't think this song is about ghosts, but there is a ghost perhaps in the station. So, fun fact, if you ever come to the WOBC station, maybe there's a ghost in here. I don't know. Do you know? You have to come here to find out. Another thing that we can analyze about this song, they say God money a lot. You know, God money's not searching for the cure, that sort of thing. Now, I thought when I heard this song that they were saying that God money was an exclamation about money. However, it seems like it's actually not, and it's God money is a thing, like a tangible thing. I don't know what God money is. Perhaps it is money that is made by God. I don't know. I don't know if God does that sort of thing, or if he just deals with more theoretical things than money. Well, maybe money is theoretical. You could say that money is theoretical, that, you know, it's just paper that you are assigning meaning to. That is a possibility. So in that way, it's theoretical. Much like how God you could say deals with theoretical things that are not money, but also it could be money, because money could be theoretical if you decide to think about it in a theoretical way. So there you have it. By the way, since it is almost the end of the show, this is WOBC FM 91.5, Oberlin College and Community Radio. My name is Ellen Efstathiou, and this has been Analyze. And pretty soon, in like a minute, because it is 8:59 according to the clock that is right in front of me, in 1 minute you are going to start listening to a different thing. So isn't that exciting? And then there will be different songs that will not be 9 Inch Nails, or no, that's the name of the band, not the song. Oops, Head Like a Hole, that is by 9 Inch Nails. Did I say that after the song played? I might have forgotten to say that. Anyways, that was Head Like a Hole by 9 Inch Nails. And now it is 9 o'clock, so it is time to listen to a different program. Get ready.